Zohre Sarv, a pro-monarchist political prisoner, is currently detained in Karchak prison. Due to gastrointestinal problems, she requires medical attention. However, the prison officials are obstructing her transfer to the hospital. According to an informed source, despite Mrs. Sarv's poor physical condition and the prosecutor's agreement to transfer her to the hospital, the officials at Karchak prison are preventing this sick prisoner from receiving the necessary medical attention. Zohre Sarv was arrested by the security forces of the Islamic Republic in October of 2021, and after interrogation she was sent to the women's ward of Evin prison. In January, she was transferred to Karchak and Varamin prison under the pretext of being sent to the hospital. Following her trial, Branch 26 of the Tehran Revolutionary Court sentenced her to 7 years in prison on charges of conspiracy and collusion to act against national security and propaganda against the system. In a recent video message, Kian Pirfalak's father courageously declared that he had personally witnessed the perpetrators responsible for his son's death. He revealed that they were members of the military forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran, commanded by Sardar Adi Alipur, who had trapped his car during a torrential rain. Pirfalak's father clarified that he had no grievances against Abbas Mojahid Korkuri or any of the young people from the city of Izeh. He emphasized that it was imperative to bring justice for the loss of his son's life and hold the main culprits accountable for their actions. He stressed the importance of the people of Iran knowing the truth about what had happened. Maryam Soleimani, a 28-year-old mother residing in the Nand district of Khoi city, fell victim to yet another tragic case of honor killing. According to an informed source, Soleimani's father and 2 brothers murdered her after a private video of her surfaced online. They invited her to their home, where they proceeded to violently cut her hair from the roots, subjected her to brutal beatings and tortured her before ultimately hanging her by the neck. Forced into marriage with her husband at the young age of 15, Soleimani was a mother of 3 children. She resided in Kotor Katul district of Khoi city, leaving behind her children as well as countless others who mourned the loss of yet another innocent life. From the 19th to the 21st day of the month of Ramadan, Shia Muslims observe the religious occasion of Laylatul Qadr. During these nights, Shia Muslims engage in prayer and worship as they commemorate the assassination of Ali, the first Shia Imam, which they believe occurred on this date. This year, in the wake of the Iranian government's violent suppression of the national uprising, which led to the deaths of hundreds of Iranian youth and children, many Iranians refrained from holding ceremonies for their own Laylatul Qadr. The families of those killed during the uprising have expressed that the tragedy of losing their children is more heart-wrenching than any religious mourning. The family of Mohsen Mohammadi Kuchak Sarai was one of the victims of the recent nationwide uprising in Iran, has been facing threats to their safety. The security forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran fired gunshots at their home, prompting Mohsen Mohammadi Kuchak Sarai's sister to address the authorities via her Instagram page. In her post, she challenged the regime by writing, "You killed my brother with a bullet. Do you think you can intimidate us by firing 3 bullets at our windows?" Mohsen Mohammadi Kuchak Sarai, a 37-year-old father, was among those who lost their lives during the Iranian nationwide uprising in September of last year in the city of Qaim Shahr. He was fatally shot by the security forces of the Islamic Republic. peaceful gathering of citizens and families of students who were poisoned was disrupted by a tear gas attack launched by the security forces of the Islamic Republic in front of the Education and Training Department in Shahinshah, Isfahan. Protests have erupted in the streets of Bandar Abbas, the central city of Hormozgan province in Iran. Demonstrators can be heard chanting slogans against the Islamic Republic and its authoritarian leader, Ali Khamenei, denouncing him as a criminal and a dictator. The national flag of Iran with the symbols of lion and sun and Derafsh Kaviani, the ancient flag of Iran, was placed on the grave of Hamid Salahshor, who was martyred during the recent Iranian national uprising on the occasion of his birthday in Izeh city, Khuzestan province in Iran. Hamid Salahshor was abducted in November of last year on the Deh-Dash road in Khuzestan province by security forces during the Iranian national uprising and subsequently lost his life at the hands of the Islamic Republic. Nadia, a 35-year-old mother, and her 4-year-old daughter Selena fell victim to a heinous acid attack perpetrated by Nadia's ex-husband on their way back home from the daycare center in Tehran. Following the attack, Nadia suffered severe burns to half of her face and scalp, resulting in impaired vision in her right eye. As she seeks justice for this brutal crime, the young mother is determined to see her ex-husband held accountable for his actions and punished accordingly. Mateen Monani was a victim of the Islamic Republic regime during the national uprising in Iran. He was in the city of Sari when security forces targeted him with rubber bullets, causing him to permanently lose his eyesight.